What if God wrote your to-do list? 52 ways to make the most of every day. Quit one thing. There is a new and worthy obligation coming up on your calendar, but you are absolutely dreading it. For days, weeks, or years, it will surely suck up a lot of your brain power. You know the event or series of events is worthwhile, and lives may even be changed because of it. But you don't have the time. You don't have the energy. There are just too many other deadlines, activities, distractions, and crises looming large in your life. You made the commitment in good faith. You even felt that God was calling you to do this work. It feels like your sweet spot. You've made an assessment of your talents, experiences, and spiritual gifts. This project uses all of them. You also know that as hard as it is to carve out the time, once you're there, you'll be glad you stuck with it. Still, this exhausting event simply doesn't fit in your current schedule. You know what you have to do, right? Listen carefully. Whatever it is that has come to mind, please don't quit. Instead, quit something else to make room for this larger-than-life project. That's right. There's a reason that you have not yet abandoned this project. A significant part of you wants to invest your gifts and talents in this fresh new mission. It might be an outreach at your church, a service project in the community, coming alongside a neighbor or relative in need, a far-reaching missional undertaking that brings people together, or an activity only you can do all by yourself but simply must get done. You may be in charge. You may be a quiet, dedicated worker among many. You may get grand kudos just for showing up. You may get no thanks at all because no one in this world even notices. Your initial instincts are not incorrect. For people who are overcommitted, saying no to new projects is often the best choice. But it's not easy. The problem is your many gifts and your generous heart. Plus, your friends, family, community, and world are counting on you. How can you turn them down? As difficult as it is, an honest assessment will help you realize that when you're spread too thin, trying to do too much, something has to suffer. Something is going to be pushed off to the side. Often that's your family because, after all, they have to love you. Sometimes it's your job, and that's not quite fair to your employer. Frequently, it's your health. Exhaustion and frenzy go against your doctor's orders. And of course, in the midst of your busyness, you spend less time listening to God just when you need Him most. Ironically, when you say yes to too many things, you're actually saying no to everything. There are only so many hours in a week, so you end up doing nothing well, which means everything suffers. The answer is obvious. You just never wanted to make the tough call. To make room for new growth, you need to be ruthless about pruning one or two branches that promise to be less fruitful during this growing season. What should you quit? How about that short-term volunteer position that turned out to be a long-term position? You knew it wasn't a good fit 4 years ago, but you raised your hand because no one else had the guts, and the work had to get done. Maybe quit the outreach, small group or club, that has taken a nasty turn. The original mission has long been forgotten, and recent meetings are pretty much all gossip, wheel spinning, self-aggrandizing, or idle talk about weather, business, or politics. Maybe you can respectfully step down from a leadership position while recommending someone new to take the reins. Identify a qualified successor, offer a giant dose of encouragement, and then get out of the way. Make yourself available as an advisor, but don't be surprised if the organization does just fine with a new leader. And that's a good thing. Perhaps you're doing something that takes you 5 hours every week that really isn't necessary anymore. Transportation, purchasing, idea sharing, publishing, so much technology, and your own family situation have changed dramatically in the last decade. Examples? High school athletic booster clubs used to print out directions to fields at away games. Google Maps makes that obsolete, saving time and money. Similarly, there's no longer any need to typeset, print, and mail newsletters or membership lists. Of course, instead of driving across the state to pick up those weekly supplies, you can have them delivered to your doorstep the very next day. And if your child has graduated from Awana or Pioneer clubs, maybe it's time to step aside. Or not. In most cases, you really shouldn't even think of yourself as quitting. You're just replacing something worthwhile with something even more worthwhile. Checking the list. You are not the same person you were just 2 years ago. You've learned new things and gained new skills. To be honest, so have the other people in your circle. New opportunities arrive. Old expectations depart. Quitting something that has run its course in your life may be the most productive thing you can do today. Prune for new growth.